Why is it saying the buttons won't budge? I hope we see Delvin again. Oh, there comes Incria. Oh, and there he goes. Oh.
What in the name of the Green Mother's going on in this crazy town?
The ceiling gives way with a thundering crash, and the griffin lands on the floor of the tavern. In a flash, the creature transforms. A huge red-bearded bearded man now stands before you, folding his arms. He casts a proprietary eye over the tavern. In a deep, booming voice, he speaks. His beard is luscious and amazing.
Who's in charge here? You there in the armor? Or is it you, tavern keeper? Or maybe it's you, old-timer? Oh, you, I remember. You're in that ravaged fortress with all the books. You can explain all this to me.
The library? His nut brown eyes bounce from Arabelle to Gimel and then to the storyteller before finally landing on you.
Well?
Ignoring the looks of astonishment, the man approaches and looks you dead in the eye. Who are you?
What's this? I can't believe my ears. Since when do folks not recognize me when I walk into a tavern? All right. First things first. If by some chance you don't already know, they call me Ulbrich. Ulbrich Olest. Chief of the Olest clan. The one that gave Barzog's orcs a drubbing. But never heard of them either.
Oh, Les.
I'll be damned. Just an illusion or something? One minute I'm laying myself down for a nap in a glade one summer's day, and the next I'm waking up among ruins and flames and monsters running riot. No one knows me. But you see, my name's famous across Sarkoris. Where in the blazes am I? What's going on here?
Ulbrich pensively runs his large hand over his beard. See that a knowledge world. DC 20, we did a 23 in total. You have heard songs of the tales of the glorious victory of an alliance of Sarkoris tribes over an Arkish horde led by a chief called Barzog. But that was a long time ago, centuries in fact. Centuries in the past, but before the demon's invasion, is it possible that this man does not know that Sarkoris has fallen? You said you saw him in the library? When? That's a dumb question. We saw him.
Strange. The memory's in there, but it's all broken up in little pieces. So I opened my eyes. I saw books and stones around me, and you were there. Then I was flying over the city. I had wings. And then I was in this here tavern, and And then I saw you again.
Memory messed up. Orbrick tugs on his red beard. In the library, there was a stone statue of a griffin. It came to life suddenly and flew off. Was that you?
A statue, you say? Strange. I don't remember being turned to stone. But if it looked like a griffin, then it must have been me. Take a gander at this. Don't worry, I won't scratch you. I'm no werewolf, I'm a shifter. My powers were granted to me by the sacred griffin Erva, who protects our clan. I doubt you've got any other griffins flying about this city, Joe.
Ulbrich displays his large hand to you. He bends his fingers and they immediately turn crooked, transforming into a razor-sharp bird talon. You couldn't come through the door.
The door would have been smarter, right enough. I was asleep too long, that must be it. My head's all muddled. I remember I was flying over the city looking for something, and when I found it, I just drove straight for it. Roads and roofs be damned. But what was I looking for? Drinks? Warriors? No, that's not it. Or maybe you. Was I looking for you?
You're saying you fell asleep in saw chorus and woke up here?
That's what I'm saying to you. I was plucked like a fish from a pond and carried off to God's nowhere. All right, that's enough questions from you. Now answer some of mine. Where am I, and what's going on here?
That's funny. You're not on Galorian anymore. This world is called No Hopia, and every day, just after lunch, we get invaded by demons. But we're gonna tell the truth. This city is canaverous. I don't know how long you were asleep, but Socorus hasn't existed for 100 years.
Oh, I can't take it anymore. Oh, you got me there. You're telling me I fell asleep for 100 years. Sarkoris was swallowed by demons, and Canopus, that little fishing village, is now a fortress city.
Fishing village?
Oh, go on, pull the other one.
Ulbrich listens to you in silence, but his expression becomes more and more bewildered as you speak. At last, the big man explodes in a fit of rumbling laughter.
Fine. If you don't want to tell me what's going on, don't. We're in a tavern, not in the middle of nowhere. There's plenty of folks around. I'm sure one of these people will tell me what's happening here.
No.
There's one thing I do know without asking. You've got a tough fight on your hands. I'm not one to wait on an invitation to a brawl, so if you're making ready to break some demon horns, I'm going with you. But in the meantime, I'm gonna have a taste of whatever ale they brew here.
He looks around. Okay. Alright, we have a few things to do. Talk to Jimmel. Do you know anything about the statue? Apparently not. But what do you have? I don't have any more regular ones. Eight. Dark Solar Concealment against rage attacks for 1 minute. This sounds good, but I don't know how good it's actually going to be. Does range attacks count as spell attacks, or is it just... Oh, this also applies for ranged touch attacks. Okay, now we're getting it. Dark skin. And does he have one of blur? Yep. Oh, basically broke. So, I don't even know where this link. Where did this link come from? Oh, this is bludgeoning range damage. Oh, but it's exotic. Peace. Oh, look at Corey can go. No, I can get that to Woodruff actually. Decimation? Nope. Like the Constitution. Uh, Dark Horn. Is there anything else? Oh wait. You have to look to see what he even. Let's do this before anything. Albert, you are a Griffin Heart Shifter. Proud and fearless Griffin is a creature dedicated to protecting its territory. Regal beasts are revered as symbols of freedom and strength in many cultures. Oh, I also wanted to do a quick look at Sila's. No, it wasn't him. It was Woljeff's intelligence. Yeah, his wisdom's crap. But back to you. You have power attack. Why is this hide armor? Easier to look to see what you have when you do this. He's a hermit. Deed is the green faith, naturalistic philosophy based on the belief that natural forces are worthy of attention and respect. They meditate daily, commune with nature, with natural forms of power, and show respect to nature in all things. Okay. Griffin aspect. Transforms. Fifth level, the Griffin Heart Shifter grows a pair of bird-like wings that grants her immunity to ground-based effects. Also like hitting stuff. And then claw specialization. Claw. Simple weapon. Light armor. Medium armor. Shield. We looked at that next. Defensive instinct. Second level, when unarmed, not using a shield and unconscious, the shifter adds her whiz or AC and CMD. So AC and CMD plus 1 to AC and CMD at 4th level. Apply even against such attacks when the shifter is flat-footed. She loses the bonus when immobilized or helpless. But it does not stack with Monk. Damage reduction. Bypass DR. Neutral. I'm guessing in this neutral cold iron or magic or silver. Woodland Grace. Ignores movement penalties caused by difficult terrain. Immune to entangled. And +2 bonus to AC with attacks of opportunities. That's to become a griffin. So what was this again? That's the aspect. What is track? adds half her class level as a bonus on lower nature checks. That's cool. Great club, quarterstaff dart. And this is for being human. Yeah. One attack. We looked at that. He's neutral good. Now let's level you up, Mr. Neutral Good Umbrick. They gave you athletics, mobility, lore, perception, and something else must have been at 4. Toughness. Oh. Alright, you are here, Mr. Ulbrich. Alright, you have light because the medium Dex is 3, AC is 21. That's another hide. This is also, when do we get some? Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. This is unbending. Grants DR damage resistance 3 piercing. This is the same thing. And concentration check. Oh, he went down an AC. I think I'll still rather this though. Let's see what this goes to. Oh no. Let's wait. I could go down to 1. I'm not going down to 18. An ancient fossilized insect lies trapped within the ornate amber clasp, impelled by the long golden pin that fastens the warrior's cloak. Deals full damage to swarms, regardless of the swarm's immunity to weapon damage. If the wearer is damaged by a swarm, they automatically succeed on their saving throw against the swarm's distraction ability. What item is that? Oh, the amulet. But you also, this is unarmed, and right now it's a +7, +8, and damage changed, and that's kinetics. Do you even? Nope. Save. Camellia. Greetings. The neat smile on Camelia's lips disappears so quickly you almost wonder if you imagined it. So you're Hogger's daughter. You discovered my most terrible secret. Father cares so much about the worm name that he raised me in our mansion, hiding me away from the whole world. I'll always be grateful to my father for everything he's done to me, even if Mendel's society disapproves of some of his decisions. Would it be insolent of me to beg for your distraction regarding what you know about us? Camelia's words are polite, but her tone grows cold and sharp. Let us keep this as our little secret. I assure you, my father and I appreciate loyalty and decency for both myself and my father. I thank you for your understanding. Oh, I found a number of interesting implements and accessories in the Warren mansion. Oh, this fits right along because I still don't trust her. How kind of you to share that you've been through the Guarm's dirty laundry and drawn some bizarre conclusion. If you value my company, please refrain from making such insinuations in the future. Hmm. All right, I won't keep you. The dawning smile on Camille's face freezes and quickly dies away. Uh, we went your home, Anevia. Do you have anything else to say? One of the people who I may not have anything. I have to go before I go to the people who I'm pretty sure it does. Lan, why are you looking? Thank you for your answer. I'm pretty sure Kyoto don't have anything. I believe the help is on the way. The queen would not leave us to die. Ninio. Storyteller. About your, I want to clarify some things. Nope. I want to know. I have to go. Let's go to Woodruff. Because I don't think we've talked to Darren. So there's gonna be a Whoopty and Ulbrich. Show me what you got using your tiefling connections. Woodruff's face falls into a happy grin. Look, Chief, the tieflings have all the best things. I don't want the kineticist thing. Deal. Help of the cleric. Oh, and we have to talk to Arabeth. Let's do Ember first. Nope. Darren. The Defender's Heart is a splendid choice for the Crusaders' outpost. The very sight of the walls bring back fond memories and of drinks and revels. The drinks were really good, by the way. What made you join my party after all? You mean instead of carousing far away from Canabras with a small army of mercenaries to protect me? I will get to that. You see, when you appeared at my door and out of nowhere, awash with bravery and heroism, and started tossing demons around like rag dolls, I thought that your company might be more exciting than my usual crowd of psychopathic hangovers on. You seem competent and mysterious at the same time, so I decided that a little demon hunting would hurt, especially with such an intriguing entourage. That party have been growing stellar with every passing second anyway. Needless to say, I'm not here for long. I shall return to the capital or even one of my country estates as soon as we reclaim the city. Crusaders, bellowing commanders, row upon row of identical tents. This is not the life for me, but but I will certainly remember you and our adventures together for a week or perhaps even longer than that. I like to talk about life in Mendelv and the Crusade. Heck, I'm all ears. What's your opinion on Mendelv today in general? It doesn't exist. Darren Skiles. It's a frontier country that has attracted every utopian adventurer and fanatic from all over the world for more than a century. It is a place where the strangers outnumber the locals, especially in the cemeteries. The population of Mendelv, for the most part, consists of humans and other races not exactly known for their longevity. So the current generation of Mendevians were born in the shadow of the world wound and raised by the Crusades. I might be the last person to complain about the decline of tradition and lack of character in our country, but I also happen to come from one of Mendelv's most ancient lineages. Its history is buried deep in my bones. My tutors told me stories about my heritage. The galleries, libraries, and even the interiors of the manors I grew up in were filled to the brim with memories of events long past. There are many heroes of old Mendelv among our glorious ancestors, or at the very least, patrons and contemporaries of such heroes. Does anyone actually remember them now? I don't think so. These days, Mendelv has its own heroes in shining armor and with fire in their eyes. I myself remember how several streets that once celebrated my ancestors were renamed in honor of some crusaders who had died in a heroic fashion. None of the citizens remember the old crossing festival that was eventually replaced by Armaze. These holidays even share the same date. Pretty much the only authentic thing about Mendelv now is the endless war with the demons. And is there a point in bemoaning this state of affairs? What's gone is gone. But at least we are no longer some tiny, godforsaken northern kingdom. And that's something, isn't it? That's interesting. He's a interesting character. But he acknowledges that tradition is dying. That's interesting. You don't really like the Crusaders, do you? Quite the opposite. Now think about how many devoted heroes are willing to protect this world against the demonic threat. I feel so inspired to continue indulging my vices while they fight to keep me safe. Imagine being someone like me, someone who has everything they can possibly desire: youth, beauty, wealth, an honest wish to live and enjoy living, but vanishingly few ways to put it all to any use. The fact that the word fun itself is not yet outlawed in Mendelv must be due to some bureaucratic oversight. You can celebrate your victories solemnly. You can wet your whistle after a challenging battle. But what about real fun, joys, pleasures? I can't remember a single event at court without someone chastising me for my banquets, my lovers or mistresses, my luxuriant clothes, my everything. I would have been a lot easier to tolerate all those hypocrites if they took a break once in a while. Instead, there was a constant fuss about how I wasn't doing anything for the greater good, and how I only brought shame to my royal cousin. What do you think of our enemies? Do you mean the demons themselves or their followers? The former deserve to be cleansed with heavenly fire for their unholy origin alone. I don't understand why a sane person will submit themselves to the Scari or Kabiri. Alright, Lady Noctilla almost seems like a bearable enough mistress, yet there are so many other cultists. They've tried to recruit me twice already, and I'm not even that old. First, a very pretty tiefling girl tried to seduce me. Then they came with promises of large blasphemous English boons. I still wonder what exactly the old hornhead could offer me that I don't already have. You know what I've been thinking? Every shopkeeper knows this trick. An enticing offer along the lines of 1 in every 100 buns from a bakery contains a silver coin, and of course, I'd hire actress to make a memorable show of finding said coin in her sweet robe. And there you have it. Hundreds of gullible fools stormed the shop, hoping to win a prize for themselves. I think the infamous Arula Varlish was such an actress for the Lords of the Abyss. A pretty Sarkorian witch who became the... Oh, she's a Sarkorian. A pretty Sarkorian witch who became the uncrowned queen of the world wound, waited upon hand and foot by demon lords. Only instead of visiting a bakery, the gullible fools wished to join the cultists. We have an army of unbelievably powerful supernatural invaders from another dimension, hell-bent on destruction and domination. And what do these fools do? They serve them willingly as pawns and lackeys, hoping against hope that someday their masters will notice them. You won't believe how delighted I am to be so vain and self-absorbed. These sins protect me against demonic temptation better than any virtue. I can't think of anything else at the moment. May I ask you a few personal questions? You can try. Do you enjoy being mean to everyone? Yes. Well, what do you hate the most? The feeling of helplessness, the lack of control over my own life. Darren replies without thinking. Then he adds with obvious sarcasm. And onion rings, of course. I'll murder the person who came up with those abominations. So what do you cherish most in life? There are far too many things that I cherish to fit them all into a single conversation. Believe it or not, but I may be one of the most life-loving people you have ever known. Darren smiles. His eyes are gleaming with something different from his usual impotence and irony. There's a dreamy air about him all of a sudden. I rarely meet anyone who embraces the joy of living as enthusiastically as myself. There are so many exciting and beautiful things in the world. It should be illegal to waste your time on anything you do not enjoy. I am not afraid to repeat that to anyone's faces. Should it be the Scary and his demonic horde, or Iomade, the Lightbringer herself? I've heard stories about the tragedy that befell your family. I hope you don't feel obligated. I hope you don't feel obliged to offer me your insecure condolences on those unfortunate occasion. My whole family, my entire noble line, they all died, and demons are to blame. It's not like I actually love any of my relatives, except for my mother, but what's gone is gone. The family crypts are full of corpses, all covered in dust and shadows of the past. You don't seem especially keen on helping people, but your knowledge of healing is truly impressive. What prompted your interest in that? If you want to try out everything life has to offer, you only have to understand how to deal with the consequences. And I'm not talking about a simple hangover, mind you. And here I thought you were hurling insults at people purely by accident. Darren laughs. This time his smile is surprisingly soft. I like your way with words. What did you expect me to say if I wanted to make a good impression? Something along the lines of, I'm not mean, I'm just being honest with myself and everyone else. That's what people use and as an excuse when they want to keep up their sauntering facade, while still saying whatever nasty little things spring to mind. That is not what I do. I have no hidden agenda. I'm just as much as insufferable prick as I seem to be. Some people are simply begging for a good dose of mockery. So who am I to deny them? I don't give a damn if anyone holds a grudge against me, which is why I don't even try to avoid it. Do you have any good stories about your past exploits? I've got plenty. But I have to warn you that even the most outrageous debauchery sounds far less thrilling when you were not the one doing the debauching. Still, since you asked, I suppose the worst mess I've ever got myself into was when I staged my own kidnapping. Wow. I was once in correspondence with one of the Riverlands nobles, the young Lord Labita, and he told me about his days as a hostage to a group of bandits. This made me wonder what it would be like, and I thought that it might be fun to set up a little experiment. I engineered my own kidnapping by a certain gang through a chain of intermediaries and hired actors. Those fellows took the job very seriously. They caught me by surprise, killed my 2 bodyguards, and even tied me up. Of course, the whole thing seemed preposterous now, but it seemed like an ingenious idea at the time. The employers had told the kidnappers that they were to keep me safe and sound. And another group of mercenaries in disguise was watching the spectacle from afar, ready to interfere in case anything went wrong. It turned out to be a terrible idea nonetheless. It wasn't the least bit fun or exciting. Sure, those bandits had been unable to torture or hurt me physically in any way, but they had plenty of other non-invasive methods of humiliation in their arsenal. Taking almost all of your clothes off and splashing ice cold water all over you, for example. Ugh. I can't even remember if I did say anything truly offensive to provoke them. Even though I initially planned to let them go after the ransom, their overly emotional reactions made me change my mind. I told my mercenaries to hang them all on the spot. I suppose the whole ordeal taught me a valuable lesson, which is that I am not built for hardships and trials. Wait, you just told me that a couple of your bodyguards died during the staged kidnapping. Does that mean 2 innocent people lost their lives so you could have a bit of fun? Darren pales a little, but not out of shame. Oh, spare me. It irks me beyond all measure when I hear about the suffering of innocents. He sighs, looks away, and continues in a flat, polite tone. Yes, the bodyguards died. Guarding nobles is a dangerous job. They were well aware of the risk. I don't really see a problem with that. Besides, they proved their innocence. They would have stood no chance against they proved their incompetence. They would have stood no chance against real kidnappers. Those mind games of yours will come back to bite you sooner or later. I hope not. I enjoy myself. I enjoy my life, and I like to keep this going for as long as possible. So, that was a stupid story, and now I'll tell you a truly brilliant one. Prelate Harvard has always strictly prohibited any public celebrations and canards, and has always picked on me for my lack of respect for the fallen and whatnot. His grumblings annoyed me so much that one day I dove 4 barges into the city harbor and set up a celebration on their docks. The ships on the river didn't fall under the prelate's jurisdiction. You see. So all he could do was snarl at me from the embankment. I for one did not forget the old boy. The main attraction of the festival involved an inquisitor of Iomade dancing and roasting beautiful witches on illusory bonfires, taking off his clothes with every new victim. The spectacle was so heated in every sense of the word that the prelate almost had a stroke. Darren gives you a mischievous smile. That's interesting. It shows that he's really good at law. For him to find such a small, I guess, outlier to use to his benefit. He doesn't like Horan. And this is just funny. He had to be, from the stories we've known so far about Horan and his hatred of witches, the actor must have ended up very naked. I still consider that one of my finest ideas of all time. Should the Crusaders ever succeed in their efforts against the world wound, I will do my utmost to get permission and hold a grand public celebration. Rivers of wine, free of charge, an obligatory parade, and a carnival in the evening. A contest for the most provocative succubus costume for a hefty prize in gold. Another contest where the participants have to fish a sausage out of a wine jar blindfolded with their hands tied behind their back. The wine will symbolize the blood of all the dead heroes of the war, and the sausage, well, they'll find a heroic meaning for that as well. Over the years, the commemoration of the greatest victory of light over darkness will turn into an ordinary holiday, a fine excuse to get sloshed and wrecked like animals in the street. I have no more questions. I should go. Goodbye. Storyteller. I don't think we have anything new. I don't think we have. Yeah, we don't have all the essences. I think we tried starting. Yeah. And all brick. Oh, hey there. Just the last I wanted to see. To your health, by the way. Ulbrich sips from his beer mug. I asked around about this city here and about the whole hubbub, who you lot are fighting and why, and the more I hear, the less I understand. So you weren't lying about Canabras and the demons invading? Everyone from the tavern keeper to a knight is giving me the same hokum. They all say Socorus was burnt to the ground by a bunch of oglins 100 years ago, and Canabras, the god-forsaken village the size of a pig's snout, was turned into this massive fortress to defend against them, which means I must have slept 100 years and I didn't notice a thing. So what am I to make of this? Am I the barmy one, or is it everyone else? Or maybe we're all been bewitched by the fate and are living in the yarn that they're spinning. Talk about a doozy. Ulbrich scratches his head. I want to ask you something. Oh, that's right. I had a question of my own to ask you. Explain to me plain and simple. Back when we first met, what was all that about? How did I end up in that fortress with all the books? Why did I wake up right when you came? This is horse feathers. The griffin statue. Now, I know as much about this as I know as much about all this as you do. Mysteries are born upon mysteries, but someone has to know, right? Someone got me into this mess, and when I learn who it is, oh, they won't be too happy. Right, what was it you wanted to ask? You're from the oldest clan, right? Tell me about it. Our clan is one of the oldest. Our history goes back to the time before Socorus was settled, when our ancestors lived in the mountains in the far north. Once their mountain home had become too small for them, they went down to the untrodden hills and forests of the south, drove out the monsters and the giants, and founded Socorus. Even back then, the Alets were the first into every battle and the first to build a settlement on their land. People wrote so many songs about our deeds that if I were to start singing them all to you now, we'll be stuck here for a good month. Who routed the Orcish invaders? Who seduced the Fey Queen and stole her tiara? Whose apples are the size of a hair? And whose ciders made from those apples can knock the bear out? That's right, it's all us, the Alets. Alright, now your turn. Where do you hail from? Who's your tribe? I have no tribe. I'm on my own. Well, I won't judge. I don't think I can live like that alone without a soul to call dear. How is that living? What was your role in the tribe? I was the chieftain, and not by right of blood, like in some tribes. It takes more than being born in the right family to lead the islands. You have to earn the right from our divine patron. Erebor, the heavenly griffin chose me. Ulbrich chuckles mirthlessly. Except, as you can see, it didn't do my clan much good. The chieftain's duty is to be with their people, in peace and in war, in life and in death. And what did I do? Abandoned them. There's no two ways about it. I missed everything. I slept through everything. Tell me about your patron, the griffin. Arbor, the griffin whose beak has marked the sun and whose talon has raked the moon. Ulbrich crosses his arms in a ritual gesture. He is the ancient protector of our land. From each generation he chooses one who is worthy of wielding his power and leading his tribe. But ever since I woke up here, he hasn't spoken to me once. No prophetic dreams, no answers, no signs. His power is still with me, so he must be alive. Then why is he silent? He shakes his red mane helplessly. If giants lived there before your ancestors came, you can't really call those lands untrodden, can you? Oh, you're a laugh. You're saying giants are people? Have you ever seen one with your own eyes? They can't even speak our tongue. They just growl and fart. They may look like humans, but they're dumber than frogs. All they know is eating and fighting. They feast on human flesh, I'll have you know. So don't feel bad for those freaks. Our ancestors were right to cut them down. Tell me about your homeland. I'll tell you this. Socorus isn't a country. Socorus is the whole world. Just imagine a lynx standing on the edge of snowy woods in the north, perch splashing in the sun in the east, furry bumblebees buzzing over the blooming hills of the south, and everywhere you look there are people, the likes of which you don't find anywhere in the world. They are the bravest in battle, and the fleetest in dance. Hundreds of tribes, each with its own legends, songs, heroes, gods, and spirits. Now you tell me, could a land like that really have perished because of a few grasshoppers? I won't believe it. Never. Ever. Thank you for your answers. I'm always up for a good chat, especially when there's still beer to be drunk. I have to go. Soft grass underfoot to you. Don't want to do that again. Even though it was interesting. Is that everyone? I think that's everyone in there who has names. Oh. That's not the way I wanted to go. Yeah, Sela, Hilar, and then Arabella. Come on with the prayer. Oh, nothing new. Hilar. It is good to see you. What can I do for you? Would you like to renew your forces with excellent fighters? Oh, do you know anything about a Pathfinder named Finian Dismar? Hilar rubs his chin. Let me think. Dismar. I definitely heard the name before. Of course you have. I'm a Pathfinder too. So you're the chief in these lands now. What about Lady Ari? When I left for the wound, she had just taken up the position. Hilar examines the talking weapon and chuckles sadly. I'm afraid Ari perished during the Third Crusade. Yes, now I remember. Finian Dismar went missing in the wound at the end of the Second Crusade. His name has been on the list of the fallen for a while. Here I am, alive and well, writing your list that I'm back, and soon I'll file a detailed report about everything that happened to me. Phineas' voice is full of joy. I knew it was a misunderstanding, but not everything will return to normal. I need to write to my folks. They probably think I'm dead too. Hilar shakes his head sadly. Poor lad, but such is the fate of a Pathfinder. We face the unknown, but sometimes the unknown wins, and our mind cannot take it. Good luck. Watch your back. Only trust your closest friends. The enemy is cunning and treacherous. I met a guy outside said basically the same thing. What I do know is talking to Finian, like the conversations with Finian is depressing. Like you just feel for him. But I wanted to give. Oh, you can't even use it. But I can. That's undead. We'll take the dart off. One, I'm getting too close to. Oh no, I'm not. I think this is medium. But we have this now, so we don't even really need the daggers. And I wanted to look at. Both of this is cold iron. Masterwork. Let me just get this to you because I'm thinking about selling this at this point. Wait, where did it go? Oh, there it is. Huh. I'm gonna need another shield. Hmm. Plus 11, 7 to 14. No, same thing. Just switch them. And Arabeth. I thank you for saving the esteemed citizens of Canabras, even though not all of them deserve to be saved. May I one day forgive my words. Everybody casts a meaningful look at Count Arende sitting at a nearby table. I don't really mean that, of course. I just never failed to be astounded by the way that good people seem to perish, while the not so good prove to be incredibly, amazingly enduring. Even so, the Count did offer me his aid. He can't be all that bad. Yes, that's not like him at all, joining the Crusades in a tradition among Mendevian nobles. But Darren Arende was never too keen on fighting demons. The Count has a certain reputation in Mendev. He's not a pleasant individual by any means, but he's not known for any particular ability either. The Count enjoys a life of leisure, surrounded by a gaggle of psychopaths, who are always eager to badmouth the Queen at his command. He likes settling scores too. There was a hero of the First Crusade, Sir Lant, a kind and honest man. After the end of his glorious career as a soldier, he became a wise mentor to the younger generation. He ran afoul of the Count somehow, perhaps by lecturing him with his idle lifestyle and lack of purpose. When Sir Lant died, the Count managed to buy a portion of his estate and ordered the knight's helmet to be reforged into a chamber pot. It's funny, but it's not funny, but it's funny. And of course, he didn't keep this little joke private. The Queen was particularly affronted by it because Sir Lant used to be her most loyal comrade in arms. I was there receiving an assignment from Her Majesty and witnessed the exact moment she found out about the helmet's fate. It's a small thing, but I could see the Queen's anguish at the travesty of what had been made of her friend's legacy. That's what our Count is like as a person. And as for his talent for survival, do you know the story about Heaven's Edge? He was the only member of his family to escape with his life when the demons unleashed a magical plague on the Arendean state. Can you tell me more about the events at Heaven's Edge? I don't know all the details. It happened a while ago, back when I was a mercenary and had nothing to do with Canabras. I only know that there was a grand feast in honor of Darren's birthday, and all his relatives were invited, along with a few other distinguished guests. Everyone died from a mysterious disease someone had unleashed on the estate, including the servants, the guard, and a number of clerics and paladins. But the young Count survived because of his healing ability, I suppose. Darren does possess an unusually brilliant talent, even if the application of his skills leaves much to be desired. Erebeth scowled. Why is he trying to provoke the Queen? Who knows? It could be some family matter. The Count is Her Majesty's cousin twice removed or something like that. But I think he simply enjoys infuriating people, Crusaders and Iomede's servants especially. If they died of a disease, where was the Queen when this happened? Thank you for telling me all this. My pleasure. I'm sorry you had to endure my grumblings. Watching these things happen to my city has put me in a foul mood. The Tower of Estrid has been cleared of demons. Great. The places where the demons have gathered need to be cleared one by one. Then they won't be able to stab us in the back when we take on the Great Garrison. Thank you for your service. I have to go? Go. May Iomade keep you safe.
Forwards.
The next thing I want to do is chest. All this stuff can go in here. At least the weapons. The ones that I'm not sure about. Sparkhorn, sickle. Decimation. Icebreaker, Tempest. The cold irons are always going to stay with me. And I think I want to keep these. Yeah. Save. And then we're going to rest. Because I'm pretty sure if we rest, it's going to start the attack. Wait, I wanted you. T, saving throws, hit point. Oh, I think I want speed actually, yeah.
If you're so good at healing other people, how come you don't heal yourself?
Of what? There's nothing wrong with me.
No. Oh, yep, there's the messenger. And, where is the demons coming from? What is going on with the bodies? The demons were killed recently, no doubt about that. But it's not clear if it happened here or if the bodies were brought here from elsewhere. Ember move. Oh, oh. Oh crap.